Hello everybody, this is Stan the Dayz Sniper. In today's video we're going to be giving you something a little different. I'm kind of going to do a series called Interesting Places in Endgame. The first episode of this is going to be the Riffy Toxic Zone. With the recent update, there's been some stuff added and we're going to kind of just give you a look so the first time you go you're not, you know, drooling trying to figure out what's going on. So I'm putting on all my stuff. We're going into the Toxic Zone. I like to come in from the north side. Um, It's just personal preference. I will say this though, because I'm doing this video, I'm not going to be coming from the north side anymore. I'll tell you that. I got to figure out another way of doing this. But normally, the north side's the safe side for me. You don't have to deal with as many zombies. Of course, the south side, as you're going to see, is going to have a lot of zombies.
I'm going
A
through
ton of
the anchor.
zombies. So we're trying to
Doesn't have to deal with
not have to deal with them. But if you're going to go through both locations, you're probably going to have to deal with them. So what I like to do here is I like to do
an asshole, but I mean
the
you're in
bow
the
section
zone,
first, which is going to be the north side of the ship.
so I mean
So we're going to
you're
go
gonna
through
just add
there.
up
You
add
want
up
to
the
make sure
points.
you check pretty much everywhere. Um, Random spawns are everywhere.
Yeah, it's like a three. It's not like
Um,
it's like a 3-day
Picked up a
meter thing.
K101. I will say this, K101s for
Funnest
me, I'm
thing is
not
like
really
going
looking
into
for
the
them. I'm
conversation
looking for
knowing
the
you're gonna get
scopes that are on them
beat
and the
up.
suppressors. The scopes will be important later. You'll see why we should pick them up. But looking through, going up to the top, making sure there's nobody up here. Sometimes you can hear enemies up here, sometimes you can't. A lot of times you'll hear their footsteps, but sometimes with the gas making the noise, you won't be able to hear them. So here we are. You want to check the starboard and port sides, or the right and left sides of the ship. And also this area that you can climb with the ladder that I'm looking at. Sometimes a random gun will spawn there. This is an interesting little tip. You have to be very careful if you're looking for guns because sometimes they don't spawn on top. Sometimes you can only see a part of them, and you need to be watching out for those because, I mean, I've walked over so many Lars um, just because I didn't see them. Situations like that. But we're going to switch from the
Somebody
north end
almost
of the
died.
ship to the aft end, the stern section.
Alex almost died
And
today.
this is pretty much self-explanatory. I've never fallen using that jump. As long as you jump close enough to the edge, you should be able to make it every time. I've never screwed it up. So if I've never screwed it up, everybody else should be fine. We're just checking these rooms. All the rooms in this bridge section that goes down, you could check all these. I usually don't. It just takes too much time. You know, your NBC mask is it doesn't really tell you when it's low anymore. You don't cough anymore. Um, so I try not to mess with it. I'm probably foregoing the random um, LAR M4 that might spawn there. But in the interest of time, going through all those rooms takes a lot of time. So there's a LAR, another 101. Really 101 heavy this run. But it's random. Sometimes you'll come here and there's all S-Vals. Sometimes you'll come here, there's like 4 or 5 LARs. It's just luck of the draw. Some guns will
You're an
spawn
asshole.
under the lifeboats, so make sure you check there. Um, okay, now we're at the top. I like coming up here because this is the only place in Riffy Toxic Zone that's clean. So you can take your gas mask off up here if you're really anal about changing your filters. You don't want to risk it. I don't have a pox injector on this run, so I'm kind of running a risk, and you'll see it kind of bite me in the ass at the end. Um, Here we go. We're moving. I'm probably messing with my settings because I think I heard somebody and I never found them, but I'm just listening because sometimes the ambient noise with the gas zone and the zombies below make it sounds really weird. Kind of keeps you guessing. So I'm just kind of listening for footsteps because the most beginning of restarts is when you're going to see the most people here. Towards the end, you're probably okay. But I found that people usually at the beginning of a reset, they'll usually come in here and try to clean up as quick as possible. So I'm trying to exit, I believe. pretty much everywhere, so even like these little corners, guns can spawn on them. And I think now we're going to be leaving the ship. We're going to be leaving the ship. We're going to be looking at a couple Connex boxes on our way out. And now we're going to be going to the new side of Riffy. This is going to be the south side. This is going to be where a lot of your loot, I'm assuming that this is where a lot of people are going to do their loot. Because this is a new area, and it's quite broken. I mean, it's broken and it's not. I mean, Endgame isn't trying to be this super duper survival based game. But a lot of guns are still hard to find, so it's a pretty good mixture in my opinion. But we're going to go into the next. This is the Nero checkpoint part of Riffy. As you can see, the zombies do not understand physics. And this is where I almost get screwed, actually. I don't have a pox injector, so I'm kind of running the risk. If you could get a pox injector, get it. But these zombies, as long as you got like a couple 60 mags, you could take these guys out. I can't imagine a scenario where you won't have to kill these guys. There's too many of them in such a small space. I can't imagine a scenario where you don't have to. If you have an S-Val, this would be the place to use it. I have found that S-Vals, for the most part, S-Vals and VSSs seem to be quieter than everything else. So sometimes you take out a zombie and the other zombies don't even notice. Whereas with the M4, for some reason, maybe it's just how I'm using it. But I can never seem to be stealthy enough. We're just gonna check the Nero spots. I haven't had a lot of luck with these places, but I do know that sometimes ghillie suits will spawn in here. It's pretty much luck of the draw, but pretty much you're just looking at medical supplies. So charcoal tablets, because we know now that they can refill gas mask filters. So if you're kind of low and you want to stay in here a while, maybe looking around here for a charcoal tablet might be worth your time. I'm kind of doing it, but I haven't found one. All I found was tetracycline and a couple bandages. Checking the camo tent, the camo container. Found a pox injector. And there was a second one that I should have picked up, but I didn't. Like an idiot. Anyway, we're going to move up to the next part. Now this next part's probably where 99% of people are going to go. 99% of people are going to spend their time in this section, and it's going to be pretty clear why here in a minute. And I kind of cut it short. But ghillie hood, shrugs, VSDs, M4s, pretty much all just lying around. Now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. There's 3 of these locations where the one I'm at's the center one. There's one to the left of me and there's one to the right of me. But this is, from my account, this is the main one. Just gonna pick up the Lars. Grenades. Of course, grenades aren't as useful as they used to be. I guess now it's either grenade launchers or the IEDs. It's kind of weird that they spawn NBC gear inside the zone. I mean, what's the point if you're just gonna, if you've already got an NBC suit coming in here? Seems kind of stupid in my opinion. But anyway, I've never really found anything in the tents. Looks like all the stuff spawns at the box locations. Here's another box location, another VSD, another M4. I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it. This is a common problem when you come to these places. It's not, geez, am I going to find loot? It's, oh my god, I've got so much loot, now I have to take time to figure out what I want to take. So usually it's going to be like 2 or 3 runs. If you've got a friend, use a friend. And here is where I fuck myself, right here. Here we go. I usually, in the past iteration of the game, you would choke when your gas mask filter was out. You I did not choke this time. I don't know if it's just a thing of the game now where you don't choke and it's just a big mystery, but be aware of your gas mask filters because I sure as hell wasn't. And now, thankfully, we're going to use the pox injector. Once I make sure I'm out of the zone, we're going to use it. It's used, and the disease is gone. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. That's the new Riffy zone. I'll probably do one on the Pavlovo zone, but given my current base location, it takes me a while to get there, so I'll have to use that for a rainy day. Like the video if you like it. Comment and tell me if you think this is worth doing in the future. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day, everybody.